Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Matt here with Tanks Lawn Maintenance. I'm sitting out here in the shop, man. And I just got done kind of straightening things up a little bit. I really need to run the shop back and do some dusting in here, man. Probably told y'all 100 times. I despise dust. I do. I really hate dust. But it's been a while since I've shot a video out here, so I figured I'd come out here, man. Lighting's a lot better out here than it is in my truck. But anyway, it is currently 8 p.m. Friday evening, February the 16th, 2024, year of our Lord. And I wanted to holler at y'all for a minute about pricing. Because I've actually had several people reach out to me in the past 3 days, believe it or not. And I think what it is because I put a lot of video out, a lot of videos, I put a lot of videos out, basically just giving some of the new guys tips on how to run their business and how to get started and things like that. That's really what I try to do. I try to help people. I don't put out a whole lot of footage or anything like that. But when I say new guys, I still consider myself new. I'm going into my third year. I'm about to go full time in April. But so yeah, I still consider myself a new guy. I'm not a veteran by any means whatsoever. But I do know what I'm doing, I guess you could say, and or at least I guess I sound like I do on YouTube, right? But anyway, man. But anyway, man. The past, I want to say it's past 3 days. I've had 6 different people either call or text me from a long ways away from where I live, asking me how much do they need to charge to cut a simple, basic lawn. And I'll tell you, I'm gonna go ahead and put this out there right now, okay, to avoid any kind of heartbreak or anything like that, because you know I've told y'all before, man. If you call me and ask me a question, I'm gonna give you the truth, and you need to be prepared for the truth because it might hurt your feelings. But and I don't mean that to be a jerk, but I'm that way. For one, that's the way I was raised, and for two, I want you to be prepared. Okay, I want you to be prepared for what's real in life. I don't want to blow smoke up your tailpipe and you wind up finding out something completely different and get your heart broke or get your feelings hurt. But do not. I'm gonna be honest with you. Do not look at YouTube videos to try to figure out how to price properties. Okay, I almost made that mistake when I started out. I really did. I was watching, I want to say it was Brian's Lawn Maintenance. Brian Fullerton, I think he lives in Michigan. I think. I could be mistaken. Some of you guys may watch him. You probably know where he lives, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. But I think he lives in Michigan. Michigan's a long ways from Augusta, Georgia, man. And I remember him talking about he was charging $30 or $35 a loan, and it was him and 2 or 3 guys. I can't remember how many it was, and they were knocking lawns out just so quick, man. And they were charging. They were basically making $120, $130 an hour for their crew. Well, I found out real quick that you can't be in my area charging $35 a loan. And I consider myself lucky. I have 7 people that I can call on to ask for advice in the green industry. 7 people that live in my area, in my market. These are guys that have worked with me in the past, and I developed a very good relationship with them. These are guys that I hunt with, guys that I fish with, guys that I grew up with, played football, baseball with, you name it. I've known these guys for a very long time, and we treat each other like brothers. We've always been that way, especially the guys that I grew up with. We went to war with each other on the football field. We've been in bar fights together. I mean, you name it, we've been there with each other. So we look out for each other and we want to see each other succeed. Okay, we treat each other like family, and that's one thing about the green industry in my area. I ain't gonna say for everywhere else, but in my area, the green industry in my area, whether it be tree guys, or weed and fert guys, lawn maintenance guys, in installation crews, whatever it may be, we all look out for one another. We all network with each other, and we all want to see each other succeed. And I guess you could say the industry is tight in my area. It really is. And we all collaborate with each other and pick each other's brains to try to make sure we're all on the same page with each other. That way we're not undercharging or overcharging or cutting each other's throats, because that's the last thing we want to do, is take food off of each other's table. But, so yeah, don't get on YouTube to look for tips on how to price properties. Don't do that. If you call me and I tell you that your minimum should be $60 or $70 or $80, your market may be completely different from where I'm at. Your market guys may be going in the door at $40. Guys may be going in the door at $100. You never know. You never know. Now, if you know people in your area that are in the lawn and landscape industry, and you can confide in them, and you know they're people, good people that aren't gonna lie to you. If you have people that you can rely on for mentorship, I highly suggest you call them and just pick their brain. Or if you're a newcomer at this and for some reason you're not making what you think you should be making, get a hold of some of the veterans in your area, some of the veterans in that industry, this industry, and just offer to take them to lunch or take them out for coffee or dinner or something, and just tell them you want to pick their brain and just learn. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. And I have actually found that to be very helpful. It's a very resourceful tool to offer somebody to just take them out, sit down and have a lunch together, or talk over a cup of coffee, or invite them to the house, have a beer with them, and just talk about the ins and outs of the industry, and you never know, they might feel comfortable sharing how to price properties with you. But another way, and I actually know a guy that done this. I got something stuck in my tooth, guys. We just got done eating supper. But I actually know a guy that done this, and it's actually a very good idea. He didn't know anybody in this industry when he first started. He started his lawn care business almost 20 years ago, and this joker's making a serious living right now. I mean, he's knocking it down. He really is. But the way he did it, or what he told me, he took 10 people in his contacts list in his phone, and it was people that he could rely on, or people that were close to him, and he asked them to call lawn care companies, 5 or 6 different lawn care companies, to get quotes on their properties. And he even had people come out to his house, but he had 10 people do that had completely different lawns. That way he could get an idea of how to price properties. I didn't do that. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't do that, but it is a good idea. Personally, I didn't have to do that because I had enough mentors in my area that were willing to share information with me. If you have that at your disposal, that is a very good thing to have in your pocket. You really do need a mentor in this industry, okay? Because it can be very overwhelming at first. But what he did is an extremely good idea. It's actually a very good idea. I mean, that's a smart thing to do. But if you have 10 people in your phone, saved in your phone, that you know would be willing to help you do something like that, man, that's probably the best thing you could do if you don't have somebody you can talk to. But yeah, guys, don't ever get on YouTube looking to see what you should charge per property, because each market is different. And I know two guys, or I don't know them, but I've talked to two different guys that live in Savannah, Georgia. I've talked to a guy that lives in Atlanta, Georgia. And Atlanta to Savannah, I'm not sure. I'm going to say that's probably, I don't know how far that is. I mean, it's about 3 hours from my house to Savannah. So, well, it's actually about 2.5 hours from my house to Savannah. And it's about 2.5 hours from my house to Atlanta. So, you're looking, I would imagine you're probably looking at about 3.5, maybe 4 hours difference there. So, and just, I'm nestled right in between, but just in a 2 hour drive, just that short distance, our markets are very different. They really are. My minimum is $70, and I've talked to one guy that's been in the industry in Savannah for a very long time, and his minimum is $50. And there's a guy in Atlanta that I actually talked to, and no, I'm not talking about Russell at Gwinnett Loans. I know a lot of y'all watch his channel, and a lot of y'all have actually reached out to him, but I've never personally talked to Russell. But I'm not gonna put this guy's name out there because he doesn't have a YouTube channel, and I don't want y'all Googling him and asking him all kinds of crazy questions. But I actually know this guy. I've known him for a very long time. But his prices are actually lower than what they are in Savannah. Now, I don't know if he's just a cheap guy or what, but don't call people on YouTube. Don't comment on things or anything like that trying to figure out how to price loans, man. It just doesn't work because you're either gonna wind up shooting yourself in the foot or you're gonna wind up pricing yourself out of the market. Reach out to people in your area if you can, or either do like my buddy did and call people out to different loans to give estimates. And that's the only way you're gonna learn. You've got to know your market when you're pricing properties, but you also need to sit down and figure out how much you need to make per hour, no matter what. And then after that, you need to figure out what it's going to take for it to be worth your time to go out and do it. And you need to charge a minimum if that said property doesn't make that minimum. But that's really what I wanted to talk to y'all about tonight. And I'm actually going to put out one more video in a little while, talk about something completely different. But yeah, that's what I got for this one, man. I hope y'all found this useful. Hope y'all found it resourceful. And if you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the like button on this video. And if y'all have any advice for any newcomers to the business, man, just drop it down in the comment section below. But anyway, man, till the next video, y'all keep cutting that grass and keep making that money. I'll let y'all. Bye.